Hey, Melissa. I'll be happy to check this out with you. I find the most difficult part on these is not really kind of the math and solving it. It's the modeling, right? It's the setting things up. So here we have three functions. Y1 is 1 over x, y2 is 1 over 9x, and then y3 is 1 over x minus 9. See how awkward that is right there? That's a very weird way of writing this. And we have to model this situation. The sum of 8 times y1 and 9 times y2 is the product of 6 and y3. So what that means is the sum, we're going to add these up together, plus, right? 8 times y1, so I'm just going to write 8y1, 9y2 is, now is in English means an equal sign in math, is the product of 6y3. So that's really what we're doing here, where y1 is 1 over x, y2 is 1 over 9x, yada, yada, yada. So now let's use some brackets. And we'll write this in. Y1 is going to be 1 over x plus 9 times y2, which is 1 over 9x. Get out of there, keyboard. And we have 1 over x minus 9 for y3. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll multiply this all out. Remember, when we multiply a whole number by a fraction, we're basically just multiplying the numerators, right? We can think of this as like a fraction over 1. So effectively, this is going to be 8 over x plus 9. What happened there? Plus 9 over 9x equals 6 over x minus 9. Okay, so I just multiplied that out. And now what we're going to have to do is, let's do the LCD trick, and we'll kill all of these fractions. So just delete it on me, didn't it? 9 over 9x. So the LCD is going between x and 9x is going to be 9x. That's common to both of these because x divides right into 9x. And then we have this x minus 9. So the LCD of this is going to equal 9x times x minus 9. And we're just going to apply that. We're basically going to multiply both sides by this. How MyMathLab does this is kind of weird, so let me get a different color and I'll show you. I'll write it out each time and we'll see what happens with that. So our first one, let me just make some room here right quick. I'm going to write the LCD out twice, okay? Or actually every time. So x minus 9. We'll do it over here, 9x times x minus 9, and 9x times x minus 9. So then for each term, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what happens here. So here the x's are going to cancel, right? So that's gone. And we're left with 9 times 8, which is 72, times x minus 9 in brackets, 72 x minus 9. Don't try to FOIL that out in your head. Just write it like this and we'll move on. The next term now, the 9x's will cancel. So I'm left with 9, so plus 9, bracket x minus 9. And over here, the x minus 9's cancel. I'm left with 6 times 9x, which is 54x. Okay, so the LCD trick, when properly applied, gets us to a point where we have no more fractions, which is beautiful. Okay, so next we'll just distribute. We'll distribute each term. Watch your negatives. Take your time. 72x. 72 times 9, I have no idea, so let me just calculate that out right quick. 648. 648. Over here we have plus 9x minus 81, and that equals 54x. And from here, hopefully we pretty much have this beat. Let's combine some like terms. I have negative 648, so negative 648 minus 81. We'll combine those up. That gives us negative 729, and we'll combine our x terms as well. 72 plus 9, so it's going to be 81x minus 729. I'm just combining like terms, equals 54x. Then what I'll do is I'll two-step this. I'll minus 54x from both sides, and I'll add 729 to both sides. So I'm just trying to save myself some room. I hope I didn't lose you on that. That cancels. 81 minus 54, 7, 11, 7, 2, So we got 27x, and that's going to equal 729, right? Next, we'll just solve for x. Divide both sides by 27. 729, calculator time again, divide by 27, it's going to equal 27. So that should be our answer right there. Let's pop over and see if I got this right. Snap my keyboard on here. 27, I predict. There we go. So a lot of work, but take your time. I think the hardest thing really is just setting up that modeling and making sure that you get everything modeled correctly. So think about the operative word sum, and when we have two numbers after that, that really means we're just going to add them together. Okay? Is means equals, product means multiply, but it does take a bit of practice. So just take your time. Don't get frustrated. I hope that helps. Let me know if it doesn't. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.